Welcome to Wrestling Hill Talk, where we talk all things wrestling, old and new. I'm your host, Stevie. We've got Chuck, Ben Bowman, Kev, Roger Elkins, Will, Shane, Dr. Nick, and our very special guest today, Jeff Lowell. How's everybody doing this week?
Doing good.
Great. How are you?
Living the
I'm
night,
doing okay. I'm just happy to not be working anymore. I literally got off of work 15, 20 minutes ago. So it's good to see you guys and talk about some wrestling and some collections. What's up, Michael Barassi in the comments there? Welcome in, everyone. So we're going to spend some time talking to Jeff today and learning a little bit more about AGP and the grading services that they offer, which, of course, we've all, for the most part, we've seen a lot of good images and experiences so far with the company. But now we've got the man here himself. So,
Thank
Jeff,
you,
if you want to let everybody know a little bit about yourself real quick, and then we'll kind of jump more into APG.
Of course. First, I want to thank all you guys for having me here. And I started as a toy collector about 20 years ago. Did a lot of wrestling signings, met Will. We did a lot of JSA together. And then I started collecting Fortnite figures for my children. They really got into Fortnite.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was working at a sign factory and making acrylic signs all day. And then I developed such a large Fortnite collection that Jazzwares reached out to me about developing toys for adult collectors. So that's how I got into toy development with Jazzwares, developed a play set, a few action figures. And then I sent some toys out to be graded to APG. APG's been around about 5 years. And they had my toys for over a year. And I said, what's taking so long with the toys, And then the opportunity came up that the owner was having a lot of health issues and stuff. And I approached him about buying the company. And I really wanted to change toy grading. So I wanted to change the overall process and the turnaround time and everything like that.
Yeah. That's great, man. So basically you worked at a sign company, and that's kind of like where you learned how to make the 3D models for like I guess what you utilize in the figure cases that you make with the actual footprint engraved and all that. It's really, really sweet stuff.
It's all CAD design and CNCs and laser cutting and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you know all about like AutoCAD and everything. That's great, man.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely good to know about. But you sent us a couple of images, so I'll go ahead and I'll pop these up real quick for us.
Yeah, sure.
Now this first image here, we've shown a few of these before. I believe the majority of these were through Will here.
Yeah, those were some wrestling figures we had done for Will for TRC.
Yeah, but the foot engravings here is just excellent. It's a nice touch.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you could get your pop figures signed and then encapsulated.
Yep.
Now, once these are encapsulated, you can't open them, right? Unless you bust them open.
Yeah, that's correct. If you get a toy graded, you can't open it. You have to break it open, which is a good thing because then nobody can really tamper with it. And then you
maintains the grade.
Yeah, we also make display cases. So if you didn't want to get something graded, you can just have a display case made too.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah. See, I mean that's great. All right,
gorgeous.
And then over here.
Yeah, this is when I started working with Jazzwares. That was my Fortnite collection there. And then my son playing with a prototype of one of the play sets that I made, and that's a Fortnite Vault play set that I helped Jazzwares design. And it's out on Amazon and in the stores.
That's so cool, man.
That's awesome.
That is so cool. And then I think you got a lot of Hogan signings here.
Yeah, this is when I used to do signings together a lot with Will. We started running things together for the Hogan's Beach Shop. We did a lot of the mail-ins for that and helped Hogan and Ron down at the beach shop with mail-ins and did a lot of other private signings too.
And we also grew Hulk Hogan Collectibles to over 20,000 followers as well. Remember that?
That's true too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
that
awesome.
Thing started out with nothing, and we still run that page as well, and absolutely love it. But Jeff and I spent a lot of time together doing signings, going to signings. We spent a lot of time together putting our minds together about bringing in talent, and we had some great times and we had some terrible times where we wanted to cry. But one of our first signings was an absolute disaster, but we learned a lot, and I took a lot of that knowledge from that. And ultimately, you guys know I was really tied up 6 or 7 days a week running stores. But then eventually, a lot of that knowledge really transferred into TRC. So a lot of the stuff that Jeff and I were doing back when nobody was thinking about doing it really, in the future created what we do now. So, and, a lot of the things that come up about toy grading, I used to look into toy grading all the time because I had so many things that I just wanted a case for. Like, I didn't care what the grade was of the item because that wasn't why I was collecting it. But there were so many items you just couldn't get a protective case for. And, so I would look at like APG or AFA, not APG, excuse me, AFA or CAS, for toy grading, just to get it encapsulated. So some of my experiences in the past was, like, I had one of my items autographed and I sent it off to get it, graded and encapsulated and all that. And it came back with like the worst grade possible. And reason for the grade was that it said there was writing on the box. Some of the admins know this story. And really, it wasn't writing. It wasn't writing. It's where Roddy Piper had autographed the item. So this is where APG has taken the past and really said, how can we make that better? And now, I mean, you look at some of the stuff, I know we just looked at pictures, but you look at stuff like this. If you were to send this in to certain other companies, they would bomb the grade on this because they would say it has writing on it. Where Jeff and I talked about it, and as long as it's an authentic autograph and it's authenticated, and we both recommend JSA. We have a great partnership with JSA. There's nothing wrong with PSA or Beckett. We just don't recommend them because we don't have a partnership with them. But Jeff didn't ding this item because it's an authentic autograph. He actually gave it a different sticker and a different barcode here. For it being an authentic autograph. So that's a major plus too. Also, another conversation that I had with Jeff was, right now, a lot of these other companies are like 6 months behind. Jeff, you and I just talked about this the other day, that CAS right now, you send your item into CAS, you're going to pay probably double what you would pay through APG. And then you're going to wait a minimum of 6 months to get your stuff back. You're not going to have communication. You don't have, a good drop-off point. You got to mail it into them. Hope it gets there good by mail. Hope it gets back to you good by mail. Where with TRC and APG, literally, I'm already sending package out. I'm sending 50 to 100 packages out a week, and I'm already bringing in items from you guys anyway from JSA, and I'm meeting Jeff in person, handing over the items to him in person, and when he's done with them, I'm picking them up in person. So we've already eliminated a lot of the footwork for you guys, where with these other guys, Jeff, tell us a little bit about the confusing, how confusing is it to get a toy graded through some of the other companies?
Yeah. First, I want to start with the autograph. We add that at APG, we add that as an extra layer on top of what's already there. So we're not taking away from that. But, and also with TRC, we're setting up toy submission centers in different toy stores, and with TRC for signings. So you can bring your toy right to William at a signing, drop it off with him, and then he'll bring it right to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I got a story real fast that
what was your question, Bill? I'm sorry.
With William.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What William was talking about, I have right here.
Yes, you're right. You do. Yep.
There it is. That's why it's graded 5.5. That's the Superstars Hulk Hogan. And I don't know if you can look at it close, but the reason is because it has writing on the back. Well, you turn it over.
Yep.
I had this out. That's what's amazing. I had this out for show and tell today.
Oh, okay.
And you mentioned it. So, and that's the only reason why they graded it. So this is the piece that Will's talking about, why they graded it so low. That's why I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I
No,
thought it was
you're-
a
Yeah, I
comment.
had that. I had that exact same problem. I sent in 3 cards to PSA to get graded. One of them had an auto, 2 of them didn't. The ones that didn't have autos got PSA 10s. The one that had the autograph on it was PSA 9. And I asked them why, because I had no idea. And they said, well, there's a writing on it. And I go, it's an autographed Bray Wyatt card. Bray Wyatt's actually on the card.
I wanted to go back and answer
couple-
Will's question too, really quick.
Yeah.
About the process of sending in toys. It's really complicated. You try to go on their website, you got to fill out submission forms and do this and that. But if you just go to apgtoygrading.com, we just have standard prices. So we try to make it easy for everybody. You know, a standard figure, a certain price, a 2-pack, multi-pack vehicle, a certain price, a play set, a certain price. It basically goes by the size of the acrylic. You know, if you try to go on a different toy grading company, they have different prices for almost every different thing.
Yeah.
And also, too, something that we talked about in the very beginning, if you're a TRC member, you're automatically going to get a discounted price off of what you see out there. And that's why one of the questions that popped in, I think it was the first question that came in, was what's
From
going to
Ray.
be the average price of these gradings or encapsulations? So I don't know that there's going to be an average price because, you know, we're going to have a better rate anyway. And so I said, just PM me, Ray, show me what the item is, and Jeff and I will work together to get you the best price possible. Just like TRC, we're always going to get you the best price possible. You know, same thing with JSA. You know, JSA, a lot of times is $30, $40, $50, $60 to authenticate a certain autograph. But through us, we have a much better rate. You guys know what it is. I'm not allowed to say it out loud, but you guys already know we're getting much better rates. So same basic thing. Now, another question that came in, as a collector and whatnot, why would you go through the trouble to get it graded and shiny, etc., then break it open, defeat the purpose, whatever? So I think maybe that was more of a statement, but you definitely wouldn't want to bust it open. So another comment too.
I think they were saying that because I was asking if you could open it back up after encapsulated. I was just curious. I wasn't saying that I would want to do that.
Right.
Another comment too. James Roberts just bought a 2-pack of the Hasbro rockers, Marty and Sean, and they were loose, and he's going to have those graded. I think he's already had those sent to me, so they're on their way to me.
Hell yeah.
And then Donnie says, admin Donnie Morris said, I just packed up a whole box of stuff. I'm sitting back with Will after this weekend because Donnie and I are going to Louisiana for the signings that we're doing this weekend. So he's got a big box of stuff packed up for you too, Jeff.
That's great.
And everything that we've had done so far, anybody in the group, I mean, I have advertised it like crazy because, I mean, obviously, I have the utmost faith in you. I can honestly say TRC has the utmost faith in me. I've got a tremendous following of great folks, great people. The podcast, the live sales, just the page, the group, etc. And, I think when I put my name out there on somebody, they know that I mean it and I stand behind it. And Jeff and I have known each other, it seems like forever, Jeff. And we've done a lot of great stuff together. And a lot of people don't know, but you were actually my partner before I had these guys as partners. And Ben Bowman is my tag partner. We run live sales together. And then, of course, we have an admin team of 7 as well that are my partners. So, but a lot of these guys may not know that you and I were partners long before any of that, and that I have the utmost faith in you, and that I have just complete trust in you. So I know you're going to do everything you can to take care of the stuff. I know you're going to do everything you can to take care of the group itself. And I
just want to say too that you guys are doing
I'm super excited just to have you. I'm super excited just to have you here.
Thank you.
So.
You guys are doing a great job with TRC. There's no wrestling group like it that you are so close connected, and I mean, it's just incredible. There's nothing like it.
The TRC brotherhood.
Yeah.
One more question. One more question from me, and then I'll let whoever else ask a question. But one more question from me. I tell these guys all the time what it was like, 10 years ago when you had a question or you needed help learning how to use a paint marker or you needed different, things to figure out how to get them signed and stuff, tell these guys how difficult it was to get people to help you back in the day before you and I started doing all the things we were doing.
Oh, it's a lot of trial and error, markers blowing up on figures and paint rubbing down posters and ruining WrestleMania 1 posters.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But just even asking a question. Remember back then in the groups before we all had groups, remember just asking a question and trying to get a straight answer from people? How difficult was that?
Yeah, I mean, nobody knew anything,
Yeah.
Or they weren't willing to share it,
Yeah,
Well, people
you
would
had to
crap on you.
You had to
Back
do a
in
lot of research.
2011,
and I think,
2012,
yeah,
when I used to ask questions like that, people would go, "What do you mean you don't know that?" And I'm like, "I've never been to a signing. We always did Sharpies back in the day."
Yeah.
And then when paint markers came on the scene, I'm like, "What in the world's a paint marker?"
oh yeah. But
It's
yeah,
a revolution,
it was
buddy.
really difficult back then. Nobody knew anything, and then eventually we started running into other collectors that collected a lot of stuff and say, "Hey, what's that?" And then just over time, just building and building and building.
I tell these guys all the time, I'm like, you guys would not believe how many items we ruined with paint markers. And we were just like, what the hell am I doing? But I also think too, we weren't the very first, but we were some of the first ever out there collectors to start using paint markers on stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we were the first, but you and I were some of the first for sure, because nobody was doing that stuff back then.
We're some of the first that started mail-in orders too for autographs with the beach shop. They weren't taking mail-in orders. We talked them into it. We could get you so many orders.
Yep, absolutely.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. What other questions you guys have for Jeff?
So actually, real quick, two things. So Michael Beret, the admin in our comments here, he's asking, are you guys planning to progress to like cards, comics, and programs in the future?
Eventually. Right now we're working on wrestling magazines. We're designing a case for those, so those should be out within a couple of months, and hopefully in the future we'll be doing all of that. That's my
I know
plan.
a lot of members will be excited about that, encapsulating magazines, but also it's not just for wrestling stuff. You guys do toys and for all types, even Barbie dolls, right?
Everything.
Yes.
Barbie, Star Wars, He-Man,
a Furby.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, Shane back here needs to send a few things in. You know what I'm
These
saying?
here behind me are all just random stock cases of different G.I. Joes, different He-Mans, different everything.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I was about to say you're in the warehouse right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting in front of a bunch of cases right now.
So
That's awesome.
do you do duels? So like if you were to have Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso duel, would you encapsulate them that way? Or one-on-one?
Yeah,
Like
we can
two
do it.
on
We
card
can do
or
it
loose?
any way you want to. With grading, it's about like what you want, how you want to preserve it and showcase it. So we kind of listen to what you want and see how you want it and think, well, for our standard, like what's the best, what you think of that, and then we can really do anything you want.
Nice.
Now, do these cases, do they have UV protection?
Yes, they do. They're high cast acrylic cases, and
Okay.
yeah, they definitely protect it and
That's excellent.
preserve your figures.
I
So
like
also,
the question. I was gonna say I like the question that Roger asked because I got like a Snake Eyes G.I. Joe figure that's like from the comic book. So he's not wearing his mask. He's like in his army getup, and then to like encapsulate him like next to Snake Eyes, like the other version with like his mask and everything. I think that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, you could put them
Yeah,
both
I
together.
agree.
Yeah. Another
So-
thing I wanted to talk to about too is like the grading process. There's three things we grade. There's the card, like the card back. We check it for dings, dents, anything. Make sure there's nothing, creases,
Yeah.
veining on the back of the card. and then we check the bubble, make sure the bubble's not a reseal. You know, we use special UV lighting and black lighting, and after that, we check the figure, make sure there's no paint applications. You know, you can buy a brand new figure and think, oh, this is going to be a high grade because it's mint on card. But the figure goes by like the paint applications and coming out of the factory. So just because you buy a brand new figure off of a card doesn't mean that you'll have a high graded figure.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
guys know what I mean?
I've ran into that issue before with Pokemon cards, the way they're
Ex-
printed on the actual cardboard.
yeah, especially with older figures, you know, in the factory, they used to just throw them in bins and then a machine would come and put them on the card and mess them all up. So
Yeah.
just because you think you're getting a card right off the figure, that doesn't mean that the figure itself will be like pristine, you know. So it goes through those 3 different grading categories: the card back, the bubble, and then the figure itself. And then it gets average. You know, we have a team of experts look at everything, we average it all together, and then come up with that grade. So you can have, say, like a beautiful card and a beautiful figure that like could be like a 95 grade, but if
Yeah.
your bubble's a 60 because it's coming off of the thing or something, you're going to get a low grade because it always goes by the lowest grade. You know, so you
Right.
got to be on the lookout of what you're looking for, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We had one of our
There's a great question just came in, Stephen.
Yeah, I was about to get to it, but you can go ahead and take it away for us.
Hey, Jeff, great question here from Ray Hall. It says, how's grading work? If I send a fig in a box, but I want it open before grading will be less because it's open, or no? Will it get a lower grade because it's now an open figure, or no?
No, it'll just be based off of the figure itself. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a great question, because I think that's probably been the most common question that I've had come to me, and I've had to ask you a couple times. So that's a really great question for everybody to really think about. Is just because, you know, they're going to take it out of the package doesn't mean it's a lower grade.
Right.
Also, too, if you send it already in the package and you let Jeff take it out of the package, he's going to wear gloves. He's going to do it the right way. Tell us about that.
Then it would be marked special with a U. So it'd be like a U90 or something like that. So it'd be uncirculated 90, which means that APG was the only one to ever take it out of that package.
Okay.
So that,
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome. So now you have something that documents that this toy was never in circulation. No kid, nobody ever played with it. It literally came straight out of the package to you. So that's incredible. So we definitely want to make sure that we get that word out to everybody. I love that. I love that there's a letter code for the grading process. That's incredible.
We also have a color code too. So, you know, you get a 90 through a 80, 85, you get a gold label, you know, 75 through 85, you get a silver label, you know, so it's like a color code to make things easier for people, you know.
Right. And
So
yeah, that's
quick question. Once you send something in, you get it graded, you get it back. Will we get obviously there'll be like a thing inside the case itself. Will we also get like a letter with that stating what the grade is, signed off by the company?
Actually.
The reason why I ask is I have a special insurance policy for all my collection, and a lot of my higher end items.
Right.
They have copies of all my paperwork, so in case something were to happen, they can go, this is worth that much, this was, you know, preserved in this, and, you know, stuff like that.
What we do at APG, we take photos of every toy. We take a front, back, side, and a picture of the label, and then we have a website with a database. If you go on apgtoygrading.com, you can go onto the database, type in that serial number, and it'll show you that toy with that grade with a picture of it.
just like when you do an authentication check for JSA or something.
Just like JSA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
going back to what you guys were
Good
just
deal.
talking about how you could still get a figure graded loose, but only opened officially by APG. That's fantastic because I just recently discovered that I prefer to have figures out of the box. So, because they look better on display when they're actually, outside of the box. Especially like with these new boxes that they got coming out that like cover up half the damn figure. So I mean that's fantastic to be able to get something encapsulated loose, even though you never actually opened it yourself.
So we have another comment. We have another question in the comments real quick. It says, if JSA'd, how do you put the cert in the encapsulation? So I can tell you from my experience, and then I'll let Jeff answer too. Jeff asked me if I wanted the JSA ticket put inside of the encapsulation as well. I chose not to have that done, but it is something that can be done, right, Jeff?
That's right. You can build a special case to put the JSA label right on the side of it if you wanted to. But what we do is we use a special signature series label. It's a blue label. So if you send something in that's signed, you get a blue label, and then that grading label has the JSA certification number on it also.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So I know you said earlier you had different things, different figures and such. Have you done football helmets or NASCAR cars, anything like that?
I just took over the company from the previous owner, so I haven't done any of that stuff myself. But they have been doing stuff like that for over 5 years. Yeah.
Cool.
I got 2 questions.
Sure.
Two totally different ones. First one, I was considering getting the WrestleMania first #1 program encapsulated, but I have the match card. And my question is I noticed that the match card is longer than the actual program. And then I know you mentioned they talked about if there's writing on it, it could lessen the thing. But I was also told that this had who won, who didn't, who lost. This was already on there and folded up. And, of course, it's not in the best shape, but it is the original match card. How would that be? I guess would they be displayed side by side so you'd be able to see the front and back? Or and then if it gets graded, will it affect, like when you grade it, is it grading for the program and the match card, or really just the program, even though this is written up and you can see the bends and edges on it?
You can do it 2 different ways. You can have an overall grade for the whole display, or you can individually grade each one and have a label for each one of them.
Okay, you can see because they shows where somebody wrote like won, lost, like in pencil, and you can see, of course, the lines where it's been folded up. But like I said, this one's pretty good. There's nothing written on it. Of course, it'll just be the edges and it's clear. But that was my question, was about where they wrote on the actual match card.
Yeah, where they wrote on the match card, that wouldn't affect the grade of it. But it might affect it if you tried to resell it to somebody. They might not be happy with that, but it wouldn't affect the grade of it. Yeah.
Sort of the comment said to erase it, Ben.
Don't erase it. Let me ask this though, Jeff. Something like that. So it's the program is 30 years old. The match card's 30 years old. Would that not be better just to get encapsulated instead of graded? Because at some point, I would assume Ben's probably going to get the front cover autograph, probably by Hogan. And then, he's probably going to get it JSA'd. But I would think something like that would be more like a custom display case as opposed to getting them graded. That's what I would think.
Yeah, if you want to get it signed, you want a display case so you can remove it and put it back in.
Okay. Yeah. And then the second question is I'm new to the encapsulation and stuff. I've noticed so far all the encapsulation cases is been clear. So I guess it's almost like a 3D where you want to see the whole thing. Is there any ones like besides just clear, like it could be colored cases, or like, for example, the pops? Now, like on Amazon or whatever, you can buy the ones that are custom cases that has the ring ropes around it, like where they're standing in a ring. Is there anything like that yet, or it's just all clear? Or?
Right now, everything's clear, but if you ever wanted something custom made with a different color, we can order any color plastic you want. You know, they got all kinds of plastic, glitter, and everything you could imagine. Neon.
What about if it glows in the dark, like glow in the dark pop stuff? That'd be cool.
Yeah, they have that too, glow in the dark cases. You know, you just
Sweet.
have to order special plastic for it. Really, at the end of the day. Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
There is
That's
no
incredible.
no at APG. It is all yes.
Yeah. You know,
Because I know one of my project pieces is I have the original Coliseum video of Jake the Snake and like the clamshell, and I want to get it autoed and then encapsulated, and then that way I could display it with my Jake collection, and I would know that because I put cases, like the cases from Ringside, but there are certain ones that companies just don't make them for.
Yeah.
You know, there are some that do G.I. Joe, some that do He-Man, but a
Those
lot of the
double pops?
weird. Yeah,
double
those
pops
too.
don't really have cases.
Yeah,
yeah.
because like the one that I got recently, I was looking around. I'm like, no, this just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm
Evan,
gonna
Michael.
grab something and show you guys something real fast.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I want to ask him this question that Michael Beret put in the comments here. I'd be interested to hear more about the grading process for loose figures. Like, what specifically are you looking at and for? So we'll get to that in just a minute. But let's
Can
go
you
ahead.
guys see this?
Yes.
It's not finished yet, but this is like a 3-pack of pops. So the person is getting them all encapsulated all together in one case. It's not done
Wow.
yet, but
Yeah, it's like a prototype.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to do like a NWO pop, you could have a whole NWO. We could engrave NWO on it, anything. So
That's fantastic.
So it's like a regular case for a pop, but 3 of them together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So not only
That's
do you get authentication with APG, but you could basically personalize it to whatever liking you need it to be. And that way it'll work perfectly for how you want to display it, which is very important to collectors.
Yeah. We got laser cutters, we can engrave people's names on it. We can engrave logos on stuff. If you
Wow.
want an NWO logo sketched right into the case, you could have the NWO logo right on it.
Yeah, that's
You can-
awesome.
You could really do anything you want.
So
Anyway,
our admin,
All right, so
that's what
Steven, let's ask this one last question because I know we want to make sure we get that one asked.
absolutely, yeah. So Michael Beret, our admin in the comments, he said he'd be interested to hear more about the grading process for loose figures. Like, what specifically would you look at and for, and determine the grade on that?
Sure. Basically, for loose figures, you're looking at the paint application. You look at it closely with loops, like you look at jewelry, make sure nobody touched it up, make sure nobody added paint to it. You're looking
Yeah.
for paint chips. You want to make sure the paint was applied correctly from the factory. So sometimes you get overspray. Overspray brings the grade of the toy down.
Mhm. Yeah. Like that just goes back to what you were saying before, just because you bought a brand new figure doesn't necessarily mean the grade will be high, because things out of our control that
Right.
happen on the assembly line when they made the figure could hinder the actual grade.
Yeah, that's
So
absolutely
what about
correct.
so I understand about the paint and all that, but what about like say the action works on the toy or the action doesn't work on the toy?
Yeah, the action not working on the toy would bring the grade down a little bit because you want to make sure that it's actually working. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. Yeah.
No. I just want to make sure because that'll be the next question somebody will ask. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure we stay ahead of that too. So
Yeah, because I know like with Hasbro's, if the action doesn't work, the price goes down, and people, there's quite a significance in between, whether an arm moves correctly or a leg or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I got to tell you guys too, sometimes a lot of people send stuff that are reproductions that they think that they bought are real, and there's certain ways that you can tell that's not supposed to go with that. This isn't the same as what it's supposed to be. So you're looking at everything to make sure that's the actual piece that goes with that toy. And there's kind of little secrets that you learn along the way, especially in toy design, that you can look at and say, oh no, that doesn't go with this. You can drop certain things on the floor and they make a certain noise.
I got a quick
Jeff,
question.
well, one second, real quick. So, Jeff, in regards to the action of the actual figure, like what it's supposed to do, you also check like how loose and tight the actual limbs are, like the legs and all of that as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to ask one last question for everybody because I know we got to move on, and I know Jeff's probably got some stuff to do too. But here's my last question: like this to me is one of the greatest Ultimate Elites they ever came out with, right? But they didn't make it with the belt, so I added the belt to it because for me to have it displayed, it's got to look right. Now, say I sent this in for grading, and I've already added the belt. Adding an accessory in there, what will that do to the grade?
It would still be graded based off of the figure, but on the label, it would be recorded of what belt it is. So it would say the year of the Macho Man, and then it would say, but with an Elite Shawn Michaels belt.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a great answer. So, guys, what do you guys have to say?
You can also.
I think it's fantastic.
You could also decide.
I just want to ask real fast one question.
Sure.
Like I have a figure. Let's say I have a figure that's fallen apart and it's autoed, like maybe on the plastic. So I want to send it to you, let you open it, grade that figure. You could just put that plastic auto that was on the front in there with it, right?
Yeah, we could do that. We could display it any way that you would like. It wouldn't be graded as a mint on card figure anymore. It would be
sure.
Right. Yeah, but you basically you wouldn't take the autograph. You'd be like, man, screw this, and like throw that away.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool, man. Because I actually have a Big E that I think I might even still have it, but I had a Big E where the plastic came off and it was autographed. So that's good to know for sure.
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. So I think that's pretty much it for that. So, guys, again, I told you, APG grading, toy grading is amazing. Jeff Lowell is amazing. And I know I'm looking forward to doing a lot more business with him. And I hope you guys are too. I hope this has inspired you. I know we've got a lot of stuff coming in the mail already. I've got stuff sitting here to go to Jeff as soon as I see him. And I know a lot of people are sending more items. But, guys, I think it's just such a great thing. This is the biggest step we've taken outside of the group since we began, because we have now done something that no one else is doing out there. No one else has gone this far to, look at something that's so far advanced of what everybody else is doing, and I'm super excited. Jeff, from me personally, thank you so much. I appreciate the hell out of you. You already know that. And excellent work, outstanding. I'm proud of you, and I'm looking forward to all the stuff coming in the future from you. And I know the team is as well, guys. So, guys, make sure we say thank you to Jeff, and
thank you so
get
much.
those toys in right away.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate being on the podcast and look forward to the auctions every week and being a part of the group and meeting up with you guys at I'm hoping to do a lot of toy shows in the future. So.
Fantastic.
And this is also being broadcast on YouTube as well, and it'll be on YouTube for people to go back and watch and all that as well. So really excited.
And I'll be
to get
sure
the
to
word out.
I'll tag APG on there as well. So anyone that searches that on YouTube will find this video.
Yeah. And I just want to throw out one more time, if anybody wants a toy graded too, they could give it to William, send it to William. If you want something graded in an auction that you're in, you could just say, hey, William, have that sent to Jeff for grading, and we'll get it graded.
Absolutely.
And if you know anybody else that wants anything graded, you can send them to apgtoygrading.com.
Awesome. So, Jeff, are you sticking around with us for the rest of the show, or?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind you sticking around.
Hey.
I'd be more than happy.
I just
want to say, you all know that I tag a lot in the our lives. Jeff shows up. I see him because I'll tag his name or whatever. Jeff comes to our lives, guys. He's in there. Just thought I'd tell you that.
So Jeff is very modest and very humble, but Jeff has had and still does, but has had one of the most amazing personal collections of wrestling you guys have ever seen.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah,
I wouldn't doubt that
I've
at
seen
all.
a small bit of it, and it's good.
yeah, yep.
So
I got a quick question.
You guys have probably bought some of it and not even known.
Yeah. Yep.
So I got a quick
All right,
question.
Steven, go ahead.
Now, like, if I send like a something in and you're do like, is there like a way of like you showing us like a picture of it before you make it to make sure it's like the way we like it?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a
we,
pick.
yeah, we can draw up a sketch or something if you wanted to do that.
So like if I send something in, because I'm like I'm just thinking if like, and I got it back and I wasn't happy with it, what would happen then?
Well, if for any reason you're not happy, we can remake it or refund you.
Just curious.
Yeah.
So I can answer from my perspective and the TRC perspective. Everything Jeff has started working on so far for TRC, he sent me pictures beforehand of kind of what everything's going to look like, and I've shared that out with the folks that sent me the items and stuff. And just one example, and I was hoping we could kind of show that picture earlier, really in detail. But admin Michael Bure had a Hasbro Doink the Clown that was graded, right? And we kind of wanted to make sure that the figures looked like they were in action when they were being graded. So when Jeff did it, you can see on that Doink the Clown, it's got Doink waving, which is really
Michael was
cool.
so happy to
And that's
see that.
those little tiny touches, like that right there. So that's
Yeah.
those little touches that you're going to
Yeah.
get from APG every time. Where from Cass and some of the other ones too, you're not going to get any of that, man. He's just going to be standing there, arms on his side, and you're going to get what you get. And they're big companies; they don't care. Plus, it's going to take you 6 months to a year to get it back. Where that right there, also too, I know I haven't sent this picture in, but I sent the picture to Roger, who actually, hopefully Roger doesn't mind me saying, who actually is having he's having a Mean Gene Okerlund figure graded. And, I haven't seen the picture of it, but it's got Mean Gene talking on the microphone. Roger's seen the picture, and it looks badass.
It does.
So those are the little touches that you're going to get for the best price.
I can show it to you in person if you want to see it, but that's up to you guys.
Oh, you've got it right
Yeah,
now.
show it.
Yeah,
Show
I
it.
got it.
Show it.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, cool.
Rip it. Show it. Rip it. Show it.
Well, it's a Mean Gene, so it's probably loose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Knobs
badass
going
too.
off.
Because it was the Build-A-Fig.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah, it looks
build-
badass.
It's mean, by God, Gene. Woo!
There it is.
Yep.
Oh my God, Gene!
It doesn't have a front
right.
case on it yet, but I'll show it to you here.
Yeah.
There you
Look at
go.
Gorgeous.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That
That's
looks
cool.
fantastic.
Awesome.
And you can't see it because it doesn't have a front case, but down by his feet it says Mean Gene Okerlund, and that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah, that's sweet.
That's,
I see.
Yeah,
I see it a little bit there.
It's kind of hard
those
to
are
see.
the little touches. Those are the little touches you're going to get, and that's what's just so awesome. I know I've got everything I got back so far has just been incredible. So
Yeah. It looks
Very,
sharp.
very cool.
I'm very, very, very happy with it. It looks great.
That's amazing.
yep.
Now I got to get all my shit.
All right,
done
Steven.
that way. Yep, let's move on
All right,
to show
Steven,
and tell.
What's next? All
We're
right.
going into the show and tell. So I got 3 things this week. Kind of cool stuff, I think. But first up, I got a couple PlayStation games. We got Warzone here, WWF, and Mayhem. I bought this off of a buddy of mine through a reseller, private reseller, and they're in fantastic shape. So super stoked to add those. I've been buying a lot more games recently, specifically, especially wrestling stuff. And then I also picked this bad boy up at Walmart, the Ultimate Seth. And of course, I already went ahead and cut the slit because, I got to open this. Cut the tape. So Jeff, This one will not be opened officially by APG, but it might still get graded one day because this thing is beautiful.
Beautiful soft goods too.
I love the soft goods with this figure, man. And yeah, I'll put the thing on it, but we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the next person, which I think is Chuck, and he said he's got a bundle of stuff.
Yep, another mother load.
It's not just Chuck. That's the Heartbreak Kid, Chuck.
Yeah. Well, let's start off with this. John Cena and The Rock in the ring.
I was there for that WrestleMania.
Yep. And I got me a Seth as well.
Nice.
You got to, man. They're so beautiful, man.
And then I got me a Bray Pop.
Oh, that's
I love
awesome.
that.
Actually, I got two of them. And then here's one I really, really was wanting bad. I got me the Andre the Giant.
Awesome. I'm gonna find me one of those this weekend. I promise.
Well,
I'm gonna find me one this weekend.
I got you one. I got four.
Really?
Yeah, I got four.
Oh yeah. Thanks, brother.
Yep. And then I got into some really unique things here. It's like Jake the Snake and Andre the Giant with Big John Studd as the referee.
From WrestleMania 5,
rare,
right?
That's a rare pack too, man.
Yep.
Yep, WrestleMania 5.
And then I got Hulk Hogan and Classy Freddie Glassy.
Nice.
Wow, that's sharp.
I love that set.
Yep.
And then Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. It's got both the belts in it. I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that's a
It's
classic.
very cool.
Man, I love
That
that
would
classic.
that would
Superstars.
look great signed and inscribed.
Yep. And this one I really liked. It's Hall and Nash.
Yep.
Nice.
wow.
Oh wow, that's a ringside exclusive too, man. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
And then I
Isn't
got
that
into,
one a Chase?
huh?
Isn't that one a Chase?
I have no idea. That's one thing
No,
I
it
don't
was,
really big. I don't
It was
know.
an exclusive to Ringside Collectibles.
Yeah, that means you can only order it off of Ringside.
And then I got this Dusty Rhodes, just 1 in 3,000.
Oh wow,
Yep.
that's very nice. I've never even seen that before.
And then here's the stuff I'm going to send to you, Will, to get graded and stuff. There's the Iron Sheik with his weights.
Cheeky baby.
Nice.
Very nice.
Look at that. Look at that,
Love
Jeff
it.
Lowe.
Yeah, that's very nice.
And then I got Ric Flair in the black butterfly robe. I'm definitely.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man, see that's the one I want right there. I got a birthday coming up in April, man. You know?
And then I got something pretty unique. It's not the real thing; it's a replica. I don't know if you can see it real good or not. That's Ric Flair's ring, Hall of Fame ring, replica.
Nice.
And then today, I've been waiting on this one for a while, but I got Leona
Oh, wow.
Kai's championship belt, and she
Oh,
even
wow.
signed it for me.
Oh, nice.
I'll show you that.
Oh, that
You
is
was-
awesome.
You was
That is
talking about
sharp.
that for a while, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I finally got it.
Beautiful.
I got
Wow.
it today. But that's it.
She's a very nice lady. She lives down here close with me and William. We've met her a few times.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's fantastic, man. Oh, by the
We
way,
sat-
so
True story. Jeff and I sat in a bar with her one night at a signing and just sat there shooting the shit. And then we were all done. I'm like, who the hell was that? And he's like, that's Leilani Kai. And I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't even know. So, yep. That's a true story.
Will, I know you say that Macho is one of the best ones they've done, but like, I don't know, man. That's some soft goods for you right there.
I'm not denying it, right? I love the set. It looks great. But that Macho Man, to me, just screams WWF from the 90s.
Absolutely.
You know, I just had a random thought. I thought of a perfect figure to get encapsulated. the Shockmaster upside down.
Oh yeah.
Now, can
That would be awesome.
You know,
Actually,
the
when
Shockmaster actually comes upside down in the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go.
now, Will, I'm going to send that. Remember the Hulk Hogan I talked to you, and the Ric Flair, and the Iron Sheik.
Yep.
Now, can you do? How about that ring? Could we do that as well?
We can definitely
Yeah.
do that. It's just a little more expensive because of the amount of material. But yeah, definitely.
He's talking about the Hall of Fame ring.
Right.
Oh,
Hall
I'm
of
sorry. I
Fame
thought he
ring.
was talking about
The
a
Hall of
wrestling
Fame
ring.
ring.
No, the
No.
Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah,
And
Yeah.
other thing I wanted to
That would-
say is thanks
that
for
would probably
everybody
be a little
trying to help
cheaper
me.
too because it takes so much less plastic.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
I just want to say also thanks for helping me trying to find that NWO. I guess it's a cushion seat for
Yeah.
stadium seat. We finally did find it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was it from? I had never seen that.
The guy I went into, the guy had it, and he said, "You interested in this?" And I said, "He said I can't find it anywhere online and anything." And he said, "Would you give me $50 for it?" And I said, "Yep."
I almost wonder if it was something
It was-
that
Good
was
call.
at like one of
1990
the arenas or something.
It was at
It's an arena
1998.
seat.
Yeah. That's
One of
really
those sports
cool.
cushions.
Seat cushion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Jeff,
like
you got anything for show and tell
28 years
this week,
old.
man?
I don't really have anything that I've bought this week, but
Well, that's all right. We kind of caught you off guard with that.
yeah, that's okay. I do
We'll
have
go to
a.
Ben.
I have a signed Roman Reigns. Signed Roman Reigns.
Hey, that works.
Retro.
Nice.
Yeah, that
One of my
works.
favorites. It's one of my
Nice.
favorite figures that I have.
That'll show.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, Jeff, speaking of that figure, thanks to William and Brian, I wish Brian was on here tonight. That was one of my last retros that I needed, and they bought they were in a live and bought that for me.
You know,
Like, I love
something
that.
a lot of people don't know about this figure too. If you get one mint on card, you see this super punch right here. It used to say Superman punch, and they had to take that off because it was copyrighted by DC
Yep.
Comics. So if you get one that says Superman punch, this one has the sticker over it. I don't know if you could tell, but it has a sticker covering it up.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. I did not know that, but that's cool.
Yeah, I'm
Ben,
about
you
to go
got anything?
see which one I got. No. It's been slow this week. I'm of course going to some shows coming up. Definitely this weekend and next weekend, but I actually don't I got your DVDs in, which was quick. So thank you, Steven.
Really?
Ones from
Already?
Sunday. Yeah, already. Got those
Wow.
in today. Yeah, from Sunday. So you mailed them out probably Monday morning or Monday, and I
Yeah.
got them today. And then nothing other than that. Also, Frank, if Frank's watching, shout out to Frank. I got a surprise in the mail today that he sent me some much needed top loaders, some 8x10s and 11x14
yeah.
top loaders. I was tickled pink about getting those. That's supplies I need, but other than that, that's all I got.
Well, hell yeah, man. That's great. That did get there super quick, man.
I
That's
tell
what
you
I
what,
aim to do, man.
But receiving supplies in is better than any gift anybody could give you.
Correct. And I was tickled. I was so excited. And matter of fact, I got supplies coming in tomorrow, paint markers and a few other things coming in tomorrow from Amazon. So I'm excited about that.
Looks like Joe Kuntz had a nice Target visit this week. He got Adam Cole Target exclusive. He got Legends Taker and Brother Love. There you go. Kev, what you got for us this week, man?
Well, I'll show this again because that's that. You know, I had it out for show and tell, and Will mentioned it, but this is going to end up going back to Jeff, and he didn't get it done right when he does magazines. But you can see it's awesome, and then it's got the Roddy Piper on the back.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get you a little higher than a 5.5 on that. You know.
Yep, this is the exact item that Will was talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Why they done it. So this will go to Jeff, and let me get the other two things that I got.
I mean, I kind of get like what they're talking about when they say, "Well, it's got writing on it," because they're being all snooty about the grade. I get that, but like clearly, it was intentionally written on it as an autograph. Oh wow, you got the
Now
the
that's
whole
sharp.
Judgment Day.
Nice.
Oh wow.
all for Judgment Day. And then my last piece, I kind of got a story with it that me and Ben went down to visit Will and down to Florida a few weeks ago.
Oh, I know what
Almost
this
a month
is.
now. And
Was this
we
real
went
quick,
to
Ted?
Hogan.
Is this what you
Yeah.
what you called us about?
Yes.
Oh
Went to
wow. Yeah.
Hogan's Beach Shop in Clearwater, and they had something there that I was struggling with. And I actually collect these things. And I bought some from Cameron Barlow not too long ago. I've been kicking myself ever since. Me and Will even talked about it when we was in Orlando. I was kicking myself that I didn't buy it. So about a couple weeks later, I think we was on here and we mentioned it, and Will even mentioned on here that I was kicking myself, and I was. So I'd called down there, and Robin, I think her name was, answered the phone, and she hooked me up, and they still had it, and it's this baby right here.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh hell
don't
yeah,
say-
dude!
Don't say dreams can't come true when you think that you missed out, because I was kicking myself so much that I never would have called down there, but I did. She said they still had it.
Can I say something really quick to you guys?
Sure.
One thing I always regret from Hogan's Beach Shop, when I first started Hulk Hogan Collectibles, and the store first opened, they had a black LJN Hulk Hogan figure signed for $200. And I was going to buy it, and my wife didn't let me, and I regret it ever since.
Yep.
Damn.
So same thing, Jeff. And you know this is true. When they first opened that store, they had Hogan's ring-worn trunks in there, the long pants for $500.
Yep.
Now they're $5,000.
Yep.
Wow,
You could get an
that's crazy.
autograph for $20. You could get something autographed $20.
Yeah.
Those
Yep.
were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so in love with this figure. When you go figure hunting this weekend, if you find one of these, I'll send you
Yeah.
the money. Buy it, and I want to send it to Jeff and get it encapsulated loose, officially opened by
Okay.
Jeff.
Well, I'm going to be toy hunting this weekend, as you know. So
Yeah, I don't think they're running too short on the Ultimate Sass. And the Andre, I mean, I saw a few of them at mine. I just didn't have the cash to buy them for everybody, but they had like 4 or 5 of them when I went the first day.
You guys have a show coming up this weekend, don't you? In
yeah,
Louisiana.
I leave tomorrow morning. Yeah, I leave tomorrow morning.
Oh hell yeah! Well, make sure you be safe when you go. That's what you're meeting Kama there, right?
Kama, Angle, we'll see Buck Bagwell, and now we announced earlier tonight. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we now have the One Man Gang / Akeem as our guest this weekend as well. So, and we're going to put the pre-orders up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for everybody. And we talked about how rare his autograph is, and TRC special pricing, $30 an autograph, which is incredible compared to what he should go for. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the One Man Gang.
Hell yeah! All right, Roger, what do you got for show and tell this week, bud?
I got one thing. I can't remember if it came from Cam or Michael Bure. It's Leaping Lenny Poffo.
Oh, that came from Michael Bure because I was gonna buy it, but I was broke.
That's right.
That's a great though.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm very
gorgeous.
proud.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got. It's been a slow week. It'll probably be a slow week for the next couple of weeks, getting ready for the wedding. So
I want to tell you too
Nice.
a little story about Lenny Poffo real quick, because I worked with him quite a bit. He lived right down the street from me. I first got into wrestling and doing signings, in New Orleans. And I put him up in a really, really nice hotel, and he was really, really mad that I put him in a nice hotel. He wanted to be in the Airbnb with me. He said, "You don't put me in here."
Wow.
He was a really nice guy. I was really good friends with him. I miss him a lot.
Yeah,
Thanks for
he
sharing
was
that.
a great guy.
He was. He really was.
He was
knew
a
about-
genius.
Man,
He knew a lot of different
Man,
languages. too.
I
We would
bet
walk
he
around and
he
would start
had some
talking to
really
women in
good
different
stories
languages.
too.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, well, Will, what do
All
you
right, my
got
turn.
for us this week?
So the only thing I'm going to show, because just for the sake of time, these came in today. The greatest of all time, Ultimates. These, of course, were Mattel Creations, San Diego Comic-Con, the Muhammad Ali's. I went ahead and pre-opened the box so we could save some time. That's the outer box. Then the inner box looks like this. Really, really cool. Totally designed. I mean, it just definitely ready to display. But for me, that right there looks like an old traditional magazine cover, which is really
Yeah, it
cool.
does.
But for me, I got to open the bad boys. I can't leave them in there, trying to breathe. So I'm definitely going to be ripping these bad boys open. They just have a little plastic insert right here that holds them in. Pull that right off, and bam, your figure's exposed, ready to go. He's going to referee a match. Of course, this was Muhammad Ali when he refereed WrestleMania 1's main event. And then, of course, over here, we got Muhammad Ali in the boxing attire when he faced Gorilla Monsoon in the boxing match. So very, very cool right there. Really excited to get
Awesome
these
set.
in. I actually got two in. I got one in for me, and I got one in for Joe Kuntz because he was working. He said, "Hey, brother, I'm working. Can you get me one?" And we thought they were going to be so short supplied that we were like, absolutely. So got one of these hanging out, waiting for Joe to come pick it up. And as soon as we're off tonight, I'm ripping this bad boy open and putting them on the shelves. So really, really excited about this. I'm excited about it. I can tell you.
Awesome set.
Wait,
Yeah, it's a wonderful set, man. I'm glad they finally did something like that for Muhammad Ali. Typically when they do a WWF or WWE celebrity figure, it doesn't look as phenomenal as that does.
Yeah, this looks great.
You ain't gonna get no Johnny Knoxville looking like that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He's just gonna get your standard box.
Yeah.
All right, Shane, you're next, man. What do you got for us this week?
I went to Walmart and I found these the plushes.
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Grabbed the whole set.
Are those at Walmart next to the figures, or are they in a different area?
They're next to the figures.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to
picked
say, I'd love to get that Macho Man.
Pick them up, and then
That
see
Cena
it
looks like
dripped out.
Luigi.
I know I put a picture up of this, but when I was at WrestleCon, I got this signed
Oh,
yeah.
by
Oh,
the Boogeyman when I met him.
That yellow
That is
pops.
nice.
Yeah.
Looks great.
And I got this Bray Wyatt from Kyle
Nice.
in the mail.
Excellent, excellent.
And then I got I went on a raffle and I won the Solo figure.
Hell yeah.
Hell,
That's a nice figure.
Yeah.
that is a
that
nice
Solo-
figure, man.
That Solo figure, when you take the towel off the head, looks way better. Because I had to open mine because I couldn't stand the towel. But once you take the towel off the head, he looks way better.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at Shane thinking about opening it right now.
Thinking about it, but I'm wait until I get another one.
Yeah,
I see you
got
dripped out in that Lions gear, man. Go Lions.
Go Lions. Looking
All right,
forward
and-
to this season.
I am too,
Yep.
actually. I think they're going to go to the playoffs at least. Dr. Nick, you're up next, man.
So my Walmarts never have jack squat, and I was in town because I had to pick up some stuff, and I round the corner, and there was a giant end cap, and I'm like, holy crap! So I got
Let me guess. It went from a $20
Another
trip to
Mr.
a
America.
$100 trip.
Nice.
Usually does.
Oh, more than that, buddy. So I got that one, and that's an extra one. And I was surprised to find this. I also found the Chase Mr. America.
Oh, nice. I was
Wow.
going to ask about that. Yeah. It was a chase.
I always look for the end caps when
Yeah.
I go to Walmart, and I never see an end cap.
Queen Zelina.
Oh,
Very nice.
I got King Woods. This is the chase version.
Nice.
And I got
So what's the difference?
an
between
Eric.
chase-
I love that Eric.
Here, I'll show you. I got the regular version too. Different tights.
Nice.
It's
I like
okay.
that.
His tights on the chase are not gold.
No, the red.
Uh,
wouldn't.
Yeah. This is supposed to be the He-Man colors. He did it after Masters of the Universe.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
gonna have to check because I think mine, the one I got, looks just like that.
Yeah, this is the regular edition, the gold and the white.
Cool. I'll check it.
And
as soon as
I got a extra Easy E.
For sale?
I was just about to say the same thing.
I got an extra Hulk Hogan and
Oh,
the
yeah. That's
Mania.
Mean Gene build a figure.
Yeah,
I agree with
got
Joe Coons. He says the doctor did awesome.
Yeah, you did do awesome.
the regular Boogeyman.
Trade Shane for his boogeyman.
I got hold on just a second. I got Sonya Deville
Nice.
That's a sweet Deville.
and Ricochet. And to end it, this is the highlight. I have Amazon exclusive Gobbledygooker and The Undertaker.
Wait, how'd you get that already?
Wait, what?
Damn.
How?
They're
Here,
on there.
I'll open the box and show them.
I want to know how.
Yeah, where'd
I'll
you
just
get
say
that
I know.
from?
I'll just say I know a guy. That's
Okay,
all I
they're
can
not being-
say.
They're not being shipped yet.
I know a guy. So this is where the Survivor Series stand that the egg will go on,
Right.
and the egg's actually inside there. And
That thing's got to be open. I'm opening mine.
Me too.
here's the Undertaker,
Nice.
and I never thought we'd ever see this made. The Gobbledygooker.
That's gorgeous.
Nice.
It's got the original head, and then it's got the additional head that they had during the WrestleMania Battle Royal. But I'm just amazed that they made this.
I'm so damn jealous
And the
that you have it.
box.
I'm
Well, and the
jealous.
box is awesome because the box looks exactly like the Coliseum video artwork.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
that
does.
is just amazing. So awesome. But yeah, that's all I got.
All.
So,
I'm in
so for the
envy.
rest of us regular folks, it's going to be about another 3 or 4 weeks before those ship out from Amazon.
Well, you know what? Good conquered evil for Dr. Dick today, and I'm happy for him, especially after all the Target stories and experiences that he's talked about in the past.
Yeah, a
Great
lot of the
options by
crop
everybody.
dusting.
Yeah, all that crowd dusting.
You know what though? All the show and tell this week was really fire.
Yes.
And
I agree.
man, we had an
Nothing-
impressive week. We had an impressive week.
Nothing beats the
Great
soft goods on the set, though, man. I'm telling you.
You did the same thing I did. Was it a month ago, guys? The end. I
Yep.
found the end cap. At
I
Walmart.
think I got you.
I found the end cap at Walmart, and I hit it. Same thing. The only
Hey,
The
thing,
only
Steven,
one I
somebody was-
couldn't find was I want that dang Chase Andre.
Steven,
Yeah,
somebody was asking me to show this
Oh,
real
gorgeous.
quick. So there is the solo without the towel, and then of course there's the back. Definitely badass. I think Ray Hall was asking to show it real quick. So badass right there, solo.
I tell you what, man. Knowing my
Yeah,
luck,
it's
if my
awesome.
Walmart ever got an end cap of figures, it would be the one time I go in there broke as hell.
Yep.
Steven,
And I
next
can't-
time you
and
put
can't
up
do
that
nothing about
Rollins,
it.
you got to sing his song.
I'll do the music. I do the do 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 do.
No, you got to sing to burn it down. And come on.
Oh, I forgot, Dr. Nick. You earned a grunt with that.
There you go.
with the 2-pack.
I'm
I think
peanut
Chuck,
butter and
Chuck
jelly.
earned the grunt. Chuck earned the grunt too, man. He got that butterfly robe Ric Flair.
Yeah, but I want that figure, so this is the kind of grunt that he gets.
That's all right. I'll give him.
Man,
I'll give him
I'm
the.
telling you,
Woo!
I love those classic superstars, Chuck. I was such a fan of those. And I remember when Jax revealed those, and then I found out who was behind it. One of the guys that helps, I don't know what position he has, but Jeremy Padower of Jazzwares was the brainchild behind Jax Classics.
Yeah, he makes the A and
Like, if it wasn't for that,
AEWs now. He's the one. He's the main guy on AEW figures.
he is such a nice guy.
He is. He's a big
I'll tell you-
Pokemon card collector. He's got super rare Pokemon cards.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
the
tell
guy
you,
I got them from, he's got a whole bunch of collection of those. And when I go in there, he makes me pretty good deals on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About
Jeremy
to see-
Bauer is a great guy.
About
Definitely.
to see how much that Ric Flair cost on eBay.
I'll
That
tell you,
defining
this
moments.
week I'm peanut butter and jealous over Chuck and over Nick.
Yep. Me
Dr.
too.
Nick.
Me too. But everybody had a good week, though, man. There was a lot of good stuff there.
Oh yeah, definitely there was.
All right, Steven, what's next? Because we're cruising right along here.
Next up, we're looking at Cheap Heat. Has anybody got anything they want to talk about this week? I know we're going to play the game today, so
I don't
kind
really.
of keep Cheap Heat short.
I do.
Nobody's pissed me
cheap
off
heat
yet.
for me.
I got the cheap heat, which I showed it in the members chat. Go look at how much convention prices are for bringing in talent, how much they're charging. Like, for example, I showed it with Scott Steiner charging $60 an autograph.
Yep.
And so just say you went by yourself, just the time you pay, your travel fee, the time you go into the event, and then just get one Scott Steiner autograph, you spend over $100. And then me and William and, during the lives, we've been telling everybody, we're bringing the best product, the best prices for less than half of what they're charging. Granted, I know you're going to go meet somebody that's an experience. You get to talk to them, share stories. But the thing is yes, you're paying more for it. But that was the thing. I noticed like everything was more. Then it has it in the fine print that if you have a premium item, which is figures, a belt, and now the encyclopedias, there could be an additional upcharge, which is usually $20 or more. So then,
I'd rather have an auto than meet half of these people.
me
Anyway.
too. Because some of them are assholes in person.
Yes.
Or it's just
They were doing that at WrestleCon.
Well, they're starting to do that crap with programs now.
yeah. And then what was that one, William? You had that from Tito Santana. Went from like regular auto to like $200 or something.
Oh,
Oh, that's what we've seen
Yeah.
at the start. What Indy?
Indy, yeah. Yep.
when I was
The,
there in Indy, Tito
what was it?
Santana, day one, he charged a different price than day two.
Well, he wanted to charge
And
his
his
dude
answer
because-
was, "Well, I don't make the price. The vendor does it." I'm like, I don't believe that.
Well, because of the program already had Hogan and some other ones on it. He said, "Well, I can sign it for you, but it's going to be $200 instead of doing the $40 fee that he was advertised as." So, but you know what? At some point, it's all going to come around full circle. And these vendors that are out here just gouging the shit out of people at these shows, it's all going to come full circle, because what's going to happen is people are going to stop going, they're going to stop lining up, and then all of a sudden they're going to lose all their money, going to lose their ass on this stuff. So, people right now, gas is like $3.90 a gallon. Every utility is up. Every grocery price is up. Prices are up, and the thing is, you can't expect people to go into a show and you advertise it. You legally advertise it at a certain price, and then when you get there, you tell them, "Oh no, that's a different price." That we talked about that 100 times. I'm not even going to get into it tonight. It's been a great
illegal.
night. I'm going to stay positive. Absolutely, it's illegal. But
Bait and switch.
you know what? It's all going to come back to bite them in the ass. And it all started with 2 vendors that started that shit. It all started with 2 people.
Yeah. But a positive thing is I told them after Tuesday, is we already lined up, already got 5 private signings in a matter of next weeks. So
yeah, we don't need to worry about those upcharges because we buy all our shit through Will and Ben and Cameron and Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 5.
And
coming. So just be prepared. It's all great stuff coming.
Don't forget,
Well,
Donnie.
and also too, I posted yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. All my days are blurring together because it's first week of school for us. But when you buy from a small business and you buy from your friends, you're supporting that small business. You're supporting your friends. You're not, paying for Walmart CEO to have another beach house. And just like Jeff, Jeff is a common dude, just like everybody in this room. He's a normal Joe, just like all of us. And he now owns a company. And, I would 100 times over give my money to him to do business for me versus sending my money to Cass or AFA or any of these other guys that don't give a shit. They're not a person you're supporting. They're a group of people, and we don't know those folks. And, so that's my thought process. Same thing with TRC. I mean, when you guys buy an autograph from us, you're not just buying an autograph of Seth Rollins. You're buying an autograph and you're helping support, me and the business side of things and everything else where, go find me another admin or go find me another owner of a business like I am that sits in a member chat all day and all night long with you guys bullshitting about stuff.
Exactly.
Because I'm a regular guy too. It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So, but let's move on. Let's go past the TP. Everything's positive. Let's move on.
All right, cool. So I think we're gonna play that game, right? The one that you've had saved for like a
Hell
week.
yeah. Hell yeah! I can't wait. Now I will tell you, I made it much more uncomplicated. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
So
like
it
easy
looks
shit.
like
Uncomplicated.
Well,
And Jeff will get to play with us.
yes, yeah. Well, Jeff's a lot smarter than a lot of us, so that's not a good thing for you guys.
Well, you just you're hyping him up, and we'll see what happens.
You're gonna make me look bad.
I'm just saying. He knows his shit.
Jeff's
So,
gonna make us look bad.
He's gonna make me look bad, but at least I don't get to play. So here we go. First question, guys. This is going to be a name that wrestler. Name that wrestler is the name of the game, right? Question number 1 is for Steven. This wrestler won his first title at SummerSlam 88.
Let's see, 1988. I was -2 at the time. Let's say the Ultimate Warrior.
That's correct. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam 88.
You know what?
In like 20 seconds,
I know
right?
my
20
shit.
seconds?
I know my shit.
He's gonna
20
brag
seconds
on
is
that one.
20 seconds is an average length for a Ultimate Warrior match.
Yep. All right. Question number 2. This one goes to the Heartbreak Kid, Chuck Waggle. This wrestler main evented WrestleMania 2 as the challenger to Hulk Hogan's championship.
King Kong Bundy.
That is correct. There we go. That is correct. So each of you guys have a point. Number 3. This question goes to Jeff. This wrestler won the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship, and the World Championship, all within 1 year in the mid-90s in the WWF.
I'd go with Shawn Michaels.
That is incorrect.
Is
Ben
it Bret
Bowman?
Hart?
Oh, you only get one guess.
You only get one.
That's a good guess. Diesel.
Diesel is correct. Yep,
Ah.
Diesel is correct. All right. And then, Ben, it is also your turn.
I
Question
would've
number
guessed
4.
Bret too, by
This
the way.
wrestler semi-retired after his victory at WrestleMania 3, only to return many, many times later and in many companies.
WrestleMania 3. Semi-retired. I'm taking a guess. Harley Race.
That is incorrect. Kev?
Hey, Kev, you're muted.
Everybody's muted.
Shoot, sorry about that. Roddy Piper.
That is correct. Good job, Kev. All right, so the next question goes to Kev. This tag team won the tag team championship at WrestleMania 2.
I know the answer.
Strike Force.
That's incorrect. Roger?
Was it Bret Hart and Jim Nat Angle?
That's incorrect. Shane?
I have no clue.
Dr. Nick?
Was it the British Bulldogs?
That is correct. All right. Next, I think Roger's question, right?
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania 10, this wrestler would finally win a Falls Count Anywhere match against the Evil Crush and claim his revenge.
Shawn Michaels?
That is incorrect. Shane?
What year did you say? Did you say
WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 10.
Was Doink around then?
Doink was around then.
That's my guess. Doink.
That is incorrect. Dr. Nick?
Oh, you said Evil Crush. Okay.
Yeah, Ray, I can't keep him off the desk tonight. My cat keeps getting on the desk.
Was it Macho Man Randy Savage?
That is correct. It is Macho Man.
Thanks.
All
Rick's
right.
got two.
Yep. Shane, this one goes to you. This wrestler won the 1995 and the 1996 Royal Rumble back-to-back.
Stone Cold?
That is incorrect. Dr. Nick?
Shawn Michaels.
That is correct. And the
Yeah,
next
I do.
question goes to you, Dr. Nick. This wrestler won the 1990 and the 1991 Royal Rumble back-to-back.
Was it Hulk Hogan?
That is correct. Next
Man,
question goes to Steven.
Hold
this
on.
is going to
Nick's-
number-
Nick
number-
is a dick. Okay, he's got 4 points now. Can I answer his previous one about 95 and 96?
All right. Question number. All right. Question number 9
Damn it.
goes to Steven. This wrestler won the first Royal Rumble in 1988.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh hell.
That is correct.
You get me
You
with
got the
these
easy
88
This one
questions.
goes.
I got two 88
It's just the
questions.
way it
back to
falls.
back. Oh,
It's just the way it falls. All right. Heartbreak Kid Chuck Waggle. This wrestler would win the WCW Championship in 1992 from Vader in Baltimore, Maryland?
No idea.
Okay. Jeff?
Give me 1 second. Here.
Can I give
I'll
him
go
a
with-
hint?
I'll go with
I
Ric
hear Andy
Flair.
Griffith.
I'll go with Ric Flair.
Okay, that's incorrect. Ben?
I was going to give him a hint. I showed him last night in the live sale. Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons is correct. Good job.
Oh,
Damn
All
you,
right.
Bowman.
Up next, this one goes to Jeff. This wrestler won his second Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam 1994.
I'll go with Bret Hart.
That is incorrect. Ben?
Whoa.
Razor Ramon.
That is correct.
Coming
All right,
for
Ben,
you.
this question is for you, Ben. This wrestler won his third WWF Championship at Survivor Series 1995.
Won his third. Ooh, 95.
I know the answer.
I'm going to guess Shawn Michaels.
That is incorrect. Shane Powers?
Well, hold on. It would be Kev's turn, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Kev. I'm sorry. I skipped a row.
Just skip
No,
Kev and
Everybody
Roger.
done forgot about me. It's fine.
They
Sorry.
forgot about me. It's all right.
Sorry. No, I skipped a row. I'm right. I'm right in the middle of them. Usually, I'm on the end of everybody.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna guess Brett.
Kev? That is correct. That is correct. All right, next question. This one goes to Kev. This wrestler defeated Ted DiBiase to win his first WWF World Championship at WrestleMania 4.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's correct.
Piss on you, Bowman.
Roger, this one goes to you.
Nick that.
This is question number 14. This wrestler would lose to Stone Cold Steve Austin at the 1996 King of the Ring to crown Austin the king.
It wasn't Brett, was it?
No, that's incorrect. Shane?
I can't remember.
See what pisses me off, okay? Because I know Nick's gonna get this right. So I literally have the worst order of operations here.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Damn it!
That is correct. All right, and then the
Nick.
final question of the evening. I think this one goes to Shane, right?
Yeah.
This wrestler would lose his Intercontinental Championship to Shawn Michaels in 1992 and quickly leave the company to join WCW as a top star.
Oh, that's
You said in 1992?
Yep.
Scott
Who?
Hall.
No, that's incorrect. Dr. Nick.
Could you repeat the question?
This wrestler would lose his Intercontinental Championship to Shawn Michaels in 1992 and quickly leave the company to join WCW as a top star.
I'm gonna kick myself. I guarantee it.
You're gonna win anyways.
I honestly don't know.
All right, Steven.
All right, one more time. Tell me the question.
This wrestler would lose his Intercontinental Championship to Shawn Michaels in 1992 and quickly leave the company to join WCW as a top star.
I know it.
Okay. So
I think I know it now.
Let me think about old. Well, that's not even old, but like that's old days in WCW for me. Lost his Intercontinental title. I'm gonna guess, which is probably wrong, Arn Anderson.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Chuck?
Lex Luger?
That is incorrect. Jeff?
I don't think Macho Man would have been Intercontinental Champion then. I'm trying to think of a top star in WCW that was Intercontinental Champion. I'll just say Macho Man.
Okay, that's incorrect. Ben?
Mm, 92.
I know who it is. I think.
I'm gonna guess Jake.
That is incorrect. Kev Buckler?
Davey Boy Smith.
That is correct. The British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. And that was the final question.
I forgot that he left then.
Yep.
Wow.
That's right.
He left, and they almost instantly put him in a big program where he was facing Vader for the World Championship in WCW.
That's right.
So-
All the damn.
He was there with during the Shockmaster time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
he
Yeah.
was there. He was going to tag with
Yep.
Sting.
Yep. Absolutely.
So in first place with 5 points, Dr. Nick.
And Kev.
Nice.
Second place is Kev with 4 points.
I thought Kev had 5.
Nah, he only had 4.
Give me the extra point.
I thought you-
Third place with 3 was Ben, and most importantly, in fourth place was yours truly with 2 points.
Hey, Steven, we don't give extra credit.
That's right.
We're losing. Nick won.
We don't do extra credit around here. So. Now,
Well, you know.
guys, I tried to make that one so much easier than the other ones that we've done, and I think that one was much more enjoyable.
I'm making
It
the
was
game
more
next
fun,
week,
yeah.
man.
We need some multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
You want me to? I'll make a game with like a diagram, like with multiple choice. I'll
Oh,
start
Lord.
working on it tomorrow, and it'll definitely be done by next Wednesday. It'll be
Oh, Lord.
1,000 questions. It'll be the entire show.
The problem is if you put a question up there and you have 4 answers, I mean, you're only going to get like a quarter of the field to answer before somebody's got to get it
Yeah.
right.
You can't do
It'll be multiple choice out of 8. You have
whatever.
A through G.
Jeez. Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Or I guess it would be H because that would be 8.
It was a much better game tonight, though. Much more common questions, I should say.
More balanced.
Even though I
yeah.
got 0 points, I still had fun.
The one
That's
that I
all.
like the best, and the one I like to use the best is Name That Event, because Name That Event is just so much more, like somebody knows something about every event.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that game the best.
Yeah,
What's
I think
next, Steven?
that's it, man. We blazed through it tonight.
All right.
Holy shit!
That was the
Wow.
whole agenda. I wanted to spend a few minutes on GP, and you're like, nah, come on, man. Let's get this rolling.
I'm
Well, I
trying to
think we're
stay
all just
positive,
happy,
man.
That,
I hear
we're
you, man.
positive. Jeff's here. He was explaining what's going on. We're all just happy tonight. So
Yeah,
Yeah, and I got a big ass trip coming up, and if you don't know where Shreveport, Louisiana is, basically picture the top right hand corner of Texas, and then like if you were to spit across the road from that corner of Texas, you'd hit Shreveport, Louisiana. So
There's
that's
one
how
thing-
far I'll be going tomorrow. Yeah,
Well,
One
we'll
thing
have a
I
safe
know-
trip, Will.
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But the one thing I know for certain about your Louisiana trip is that you are going to be eating good.
Yeah,
Because Louisiana has some good ass food.
Hey, and you be sung to too.
Yeah, that's
Something to be
true.
sung to.
I'll be
Yeah,
serenaded.
I
Are you
love
driving?
Cajun food, man.
Are you driving there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah,
your
yeah.
car,
I know how
hopefully
it
your
feels to
car
be sung
starts in the
to.
morning.
Yeah,
Whoa.
hopefully.
My
12
truck
hours
didn't start
round trip.
today. I went to go start my day, and my truck that I bought brand new 3 years ago, the starter went out on it.
Will should be okay though. He's got the all-star package.
I do.
That's
I do
that's
have
an
the
old,
All-Star package.
it's an old inside joke.
But
Yeah.
hey, they got an extra, I guess, extra carrier riding with them. You got a little buff daddy going with them. So, the little story is, Donnie was bringing in Buff. So the only figure I could find was the Tough Talkers, and that damn box is huge. So I sent it to him, and he goes, "Let me show you this." So he shows all the admins the box. He goes, and Ben shipped this big ass Buff Bagwell figure, and so now it's like an extra carrier. So they started making jokes about we're gonna have to charge extra for extra passenger and
Extra
Put a
ticket.
seatbelt on him.
Yeah, Buff will be in the back seat wearing a seatbelt. That's for sure. So,
We're gonna need
He'll be
3
back there
coffees instead of
posing.
2.
yeah.
hey, quick question: did anybody else order these? The all these?
I
Someone
did.
said in the
I haven't
comments
got
that
mine
some
yet,
bitch
though.
is the size of 3 elites.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what they said. He literally put the box down and he had 3 elites on top of it.
Yeah.
What did you show?
I tell you what, I'm so impressed with this Ali set. That's why I was asking if anybody else had bought this ultimate set of these. And I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you what, if those Usos, did anybody get the Usos ultimates yet?
I'm getting them tomorrow.
No,
I'm waiting.
I got
waiting
a
to get
shipping
mine, too.
notification, but
I want some.
I'm looking forward to it too. And if they come out anything like this has come out, man, that's going to be a fire set to get too.
I hope it
Next
doesn't
thing
happen. I've seen a few pictures pop up on Instagram. People have gotten their Ollies, and some of them, the elbow is discolored.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's gonna get you a
discolored.
bad grade on APG, man.
That's right. It's not discolored, but it is a different structure they've used on there. It's the same color, but it's a different structure they've changed to.
Yeah. I got a quick question, Jeff. Just thought
Sure.
of it. We talked about I just noticed that the Eddie Guerrero Ultimate, there's 2 things about it. One is his waist. They put the big extra belt on it, like I guess made for Brock Lesnar. So it's like
Yeah.
gigantic on Eddie. And you have it all the way to the very last belt notches, and it still will hang down. Would that cause a grade, I guess, to be lowered because the accessory is just too big or odd shape? Also,
It was made that way.
okay, and then there's 2 different colors of boots. One's tan and one's like a greenish olive color. But we were told that the tan ones come out first, and then the next production was like this greenish olive color.
That's just a variant, just a different variant of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've looked at photos from the match, and to me,
gonna go
it
grab
looks
mine
more
real
like the green is more accurate than the tan. But then you look at other ones, and I can't tell which one's which. Because they did that with the Sting, the Great American Bash. The original release had the laces, and then the release after that was just a plain smooth boot.
You know, with toys, a lot of the times they change their mind after they produce a few things and they change their molds around or paints, and you get a limited edition of certain things, and then they change.
Well, I can
it.
tell you about the LJNs. There's a lot of different variants, and I found out why. They were done in different factories.
Yeah,
That's why I've got 3 different Corporal Kirchners. One's got stubble, one's got a beard, one's clean shaven.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you said the green ones were the like the second ones or whatever.
Yeah,
Olive?
from what I was seeing on Facebook, people were saying that the tan ones were the very first ones, and then the ones right after the tan was those like olive green color.
Yeah.
And I found that the only ones I find around here is the tan. I haven't seen the green ones yet.
Yeah,
Sometimes those variants become super rare too. Very hard to find.
Yep.
The belt looking like this is the only thing I hate about this figure. You know, like it won't even stay on him properly because it is so loose.
If you ever wanted to get a figure graded too that had a loose belt, we could put the belt on the side of it so it's sitting next to it.
Yeah, that would probably be more ideal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, looking like this, that's ridiculous. You know. I might switch his hand out.
Comes with a second set of hands to hold the belt, right?
Yeah, I need to double check that. I got my boxes stuffed away in the closet on the top, so
Right.
probably after we conclude here tonight, I'll go double check that, switch his hands out. Is there any kind of formula to taking these off, or do you just pull, or is there? Do you need
Just
to
pull.
twist? Just pull.
Nope, pull.
Okay,
Oh, you just broke it.
don't say that.
You just fucked it up.
I tell you,
You fucked it up.
when Sammy asked me to open that Ultimate Warrior on the sale, I thought I did fucking break that thing. His torso came apart.
Yeah,
Trying to-
those are meant to come
That
apart.
was great.
though.
That was one of the best times. Like, damn, his torso fell off.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this. I think I sent it in the admin chat. The Heels, the brand that's almost like the very similar to the Retros and the Hasbros, but that brand called Heels. I watched the major podcast or whatever. Matt Cardona was open brand new figures, and they were exploding, like because they had no glue or no nothing.
You know what company that was? It was
Major
Rush
babies.
Collectibles.
Hmm.
Yeah, Rush Collectibles did Roadblock.
Yep.
Larry
And Larry
Sabisco.
Yep.
Yeah, and what they and I guarantee Jeff knows what this is. They forgot to laser seal them. When they put them together, there's no pins.
Yeah.
So there's no glue, there's no sealant at all.
Wow.
And it just so anybody that's taking them out of the packages, there's just parts everywhere. It looks like a Mr. Potato Head.
Well, the name is Rush Figures, right? So they rushed to put that shit together, and then it blew up.
Well, the sad thing is they've taken over a year to even make these.
Oh,
And for them to show up like that, these are expensive too. Because I
So I
actually
was at
have
a-
quite a few of the
I
heels
was
and
at a
faces from
convention.
Josh Shaler.
Yeah. I was at a convention where there was a guy, a couple people from a company that had bins and bins and bins full of these like knockoff figures, right? They were all on card, all in plastic. The figures looked okay. They didn't look horrible, but they were all knockoff figures. And he was like, "Oh man, we can make you a deal. They're like $10 each, or we can sell you a whole bin for like $60 or some crazy shit, right?" And I was looking at him and I'm like, "Man, I don't know, because sometimes you get a knockoff figure and it is badass, like that Hulk Hogan made in Mexico knockoff pretend Hulk Hogan. You guys know what I'm talking about, like the stars all over the
Yeah.
box and shit. That's a badass figure, even though it's a knockoff. But these were like, I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were BCA knockoffs or what, but I was afraid to buy them. Now, I did buy that one that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago of the Atom Bomb. Remember the Atom Bomb? Looked like the Hasbro figure. I did buy that one.
It's the cellist.
Yeah, the Shellatoys. Yeah, so I did buy that one, and I overpaid for it. Honestly, I bought it directly from Atom Bomb, and I overpaid for it because it was coming from him. And I ripped it open to put with my Hasbros, and I put it on the Hasbro shelf, but the arms don't move, the body doesn't move, you can't pose them, you can't do anything with them. Like, everything's just totally stiff. Like, it just comes right out of the package. The way it was in the package, like, nothing moves. There's no articulation. Yeah, I was surprised because, I was thinking the Hasbro Atom Bomb or like the Retros, how you can pose them and do all kinds of different cool shit with them. but nothing. I mean, you can't even move the arms, but it looks cool, but you can't do anything with it. And it was
Right.
honestly, I paid like $50 or more for that damn figure just because I was buying it directly from the man, you know.
Yeah.
They would usually make those figures for discount stores and dollar stores, clearance stores.
Yep.
I remember
All right,
the Simba ones that they did for Hasbro. They were similar. They did like a Sean, Hogan, and a couple other ones. They were made
Razor.
in
They
Mexico.
did the Razor. They
Yeah,
did the Razor
they
Ramon.
did. They made. Yep.
Yeah, I remember those very well. And you know what? I bet every one of us walked past those in the stores and said, "Look at this cheap knockoff shit." And then now,
Yep.
looking back on it, I wish I had bought every single one of them because
Oh yeah.
people are looking for
They're
that
worth
stuff,
a lot of
you know?
money.
You know what else too is those? I've had them up a few times on the shows. I don't get them very often, but sometimes I do. Those luchadors. They come from Mexico. They literally make
Oh, I
them in
love
Mexico
those.
and sell them
Yeah.
outside the event. You know, so those are cool.
I got
like
quite a
those
few of
lot.
those. I bought some a couple of months ago from one of the online sales that they did that you guys did
Michael.
on the big from Michael. Those things are pretty well made. They're hand painted. I've got a pretty big collection of. They call them arena figures. They're
Yes.
so unique because no one are alike because they're all done by hand.
Right. Well, I bought a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago now. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I bought from Thunder Rosa herself. She used to custom hand make her own figures because she didn't have an actual figure out. So she would take like a Diva figure and customize it herself. And I think she only made 4, I think, or something like that, like 3 or 4, I can't remember. And I had those. I had 2 of them, and I can't remember who all got them. I think Kev got one. I can't
own one.
remember. And then somebody else got the other one. But she did a really, really good job. Like, she really took her time, and it really looked good. Of course, now she has AEW figures out and stuff like that. But back then, she didn't. And it was like her, I think her debut gear was one of the figures. The Lights Out match or the Blood and Guts match or whatever was one of the
I can go
attires
get it if
that
you
she
want me
did on
to.
the figure. So, but if it's close, Kev, you can show it. But it was
I'll be right back.
really, really cool how she customized this figure because at the time she didn't have figures out. And I will say, though, I asked her, I said, how much, for the figure or whatever, and it was some astronomical amount. And I bought it, and I was like, can you sign it, right here and put your slogan on it? And she was like, yes, absolutely. That'll be $50 for the autograph. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just bought the shit straight from you, and you couldn't even sign it, But and she did charge me for the autograph as well. There you go, right there, Kev. There you go.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's custom handmade. I think she only made 4 of them, maybe 3 or 4. But I had 2 that I bought directly from her, and I had her sign it. And no shit, she charged me for the signature too.
Wow.
Yep. But I mean, it's super unique. So, all right,
I love
Steven.
it.
Anything else?
I think that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again, Jeff, for coming in and answering some questions for us and having a good time with us. So, well, hopefully you had a good time.
Yeah,
And,
thank you guys for having me.
Look forward to getting your grade on everything moving forward. Worthy of it. Got to, like I said, track down with these bad boys to get encapsulated, opened by Jeff the man himself, not by Stevie. And then I'll have 2. I'll have one to throw around and beat up on and one to gawk at for the rest of the time, pretty much.
There you go.
Anybody else got anything they want to say before we wrap up today?
Just guys, have
Yeah,
a great
thanks,
week.
everybody.
Have a great week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the first time we've ever ended early, I think. So we were well done way before time. But we'll be traveling. Guys, be on the lookout tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Guys, I'm telling you, rare opportunity to get the one-man gang autograph photos. or the Akeem autograph photos. The guy doesn't do many conventions, and you guys have got to jump in there, support Donnie, support TRC, get you a pre-order. We're going to be cheaper than anybody else, and Donnie and I are personally going to obtain the autographs. So we'll take some pictures for you. And not only that, but it's going to be great. It's going to be legit because it's coming from us. So there's a lot of stuff out there that obviously isn't legit, but this obviously you'll know is. And don't sleep on Akeem. Don't sleep on the One Man Gang, because we don't know when he'll do another show or if he'll ever do another show. So definitely check it out. I talked to Donnie earlier. He told me it was cool to go ahead and tell everybody the prices. It's only going to be $30 to get the One Man Gang autograph or the Akeem autograph. That's a steal of a price, in my opinion. I think you guys would agree with me. $30 is nothing for such a rare autograph. So definitely check it out tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Donnie's going to drop the images on there. I've seen some of the images already. They're phenomenal. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited about meeting One Man Gang. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys really, really soon. And thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody.
See ya.
See ya.